Okay, it's starting.
Alright, hi, I'm Matt and I'm here with Maggie, and today we're going to do the musculoskeletal assessment and neuro assessment. So to start off, we're going to provide privacy for our patient, wash our hands, have good lighting. So let's just get right into it. So first thing we're going to have our patient do is if they'll stand up. We'll actually have them bend their head backward and forward. And then I'll have them turn their head side to side. And then against a little resistance, so turn back. Okay. And now the other way. Good. Now I'll actually have them turn their head side, or tilt it side to side. This way, now up this way. Good. Now tilt it back this way. Good. So these are some different range of motion tests. And now we're going to actually get right into the upper extremities. So I'll actually have you lift your arms like this. And now push up against me. Good. Now actually push down against me. Okay, good. And then we'll actually go into the elbows too. So I'll have the patient hold their arms up like this. And have you push your elbows against, or push against me. Good. Now flex into you. Kind of like this. Or like you're, actually like you're curling on some weights. There you go. Go. Alright, good. And then now the next thing we'll do is check the wrists. So if you want to flex your wrists up against me, good. Now push them down. Now I'll actually do the same thing with the fingers. I'll have you push your fingers down. Good. And then now I'll have pull them back up. Your fingers. Good. Okay. And now I'll actually do range of motion in the hips. So one way you can do this is have your patient see if they can swivel their hips around and around. And then, so that's good. And then the next thing with the knees, so we'll just have the patient bring their knees up. Good. Just to see if we can see the range of motion in their knees. And then with their ankles, we'll actually have them do circles with their ankles. Good. Both feet. And you'd have them go both ways too. So that kind of just a real brief range of motion exercise. So now we'll have our patient turn around. We're actually going to check their spinal alignment, so if you could bend forward. And then so when we're looking at the back to make sure it's not humped or different ways, and just seeing the spine alignment. So that looks good. You can stand up normal. Just to make sure we don't see any curvature of the spine or the back humped one way or the other. So now you can sit down if you want now. So now we're actually going to get into some neural tests, so some cranial nerves tests. The first one we're going to do is actually check our patient's pupillary response, and we do this by flashing the light into their eyes. So I'll just have them look forward, and we look for the, right away just look for the pupils to just constrict as the light goes in there. And then the next thing we'll do is have the patient follow the tip of this, up and down, left to right, and we do the X. X. Now, next thing we'll do is actually ask them to hear, if they can hear that.
Yep.
Yep. And then now we'll have them close their eyes and open them. Once again, these are all checking cranial nerves. Now we'll have them raise their eyebrows. Okay, that's good. Now we'll puff the cheeks out. Show their teeth. Good. Now actually stick their tongue out and move it side to side. Good. And then now we'll actually have them close their eyes, and we'll close your eyes, and can you feel this touching your face?
I can.
Yep. And then how about this side?
Yes.
Yep. That actually should be done with a cotton ball tip. And then next thing we actually did this earlier, but we'll have them, they can open their eyes. You can turn their head against resistance, so turn your head towards me. Good. And then this way. And then now shoulder shrug up against resistance. Good. Alright, and that's our 12 cranial nerve tests. Now we're going to get into some more cerebellum functions. So, if you want to stand up again. We'll actually have them touch their nose with the tip of their finger. Back and forth a couple times. These look real similar to a DUI test. That's good. Now we're going to have them actually touch their one heel to their shin. So this is a balance test. Good. And then try the other one. Good job. And then now we'll just have them close their eyes and stand there just to make sure they don't sway backward or forward like that. Okay, that's good. You can open your eyes. And now we'll actually have them walk forward, heel to toe. Good job. All right, good. And then you can go back to the chair. So that test is basically just to make sure they still have a good balance. And then actually one last one is the shallow knee bend, where we have them bend their knee and bring the other knee up. Good. And then the other leg. Good. So these are all, once again, chest balance, so you can sit down again. And now we just have a few more tests on the extremities. We're actually just going to test their pain sensors, dull to sharp pain on 3 different extremities. So we'll have them close their eyes, and then this is what it's going to feel like when it's sharp, and then this is what it's going to feel like when it's dull. And so you tell me what you feel.
Dull.
Okay, and then, or how about this one?
Sharp.
Sharp, yep. And then now this one.
Dull.
Yep. And then how about this one?
Sharp.
Yep. And then this one.
Dull.
And then one more.
Sharp.
Yep. Okay, that's good. That's just so they can differentiate between sharpness and dull in the extremities. And then now we're actually going to check their. So if you close your eyes again and let me know if you feel this vibration.
I do.
Okay.
Feel it on my left.
Okay. And then one more spot.
Feel it on my left.
Okay, good. So they're able to identify that. And then now we're actually going to finish out with the reflexes, the deep tendon reflexes. So we'll start out in the upper area, actually the bicep area. So you can actually just sit there and we'll hit right. Oops. There we go. And we got a reflex there, the brachioradialis. And this is kind of a little bit. That one's a little bit harder to hit. And then now we're actually going to go triceps. So if you can hold your arm up like this. So I'll hold it like this. Yep, and we're just looking for a little bit of movement in the triceps. And then now I'll actually finish out with the knee. We'll actually stay away from the right knee, but we'll do this left knee here. And just looking for a little bit of reflex there. And then the last one is the Achilles. Yep, and ideally we'd have them sitting on a table and have their legs hanging off. So then the last test we'll actually do is if you can just take off one shoe for a second. And this is the Babinski test. Okay, and you're just going to hold your foot up for 1 second here, and now. Yep, and you notice the feet
I noticed that.
The feet actually first they flexed and then they fanned out when I did the Babinski test. So first they flexed and then they fanned. It's kind of hard to see, but that concludes our musculoskeletal test and neuro exam, and that's about it.